Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the,
Hey guys, so let's talk about something we both have in common. Noses. And bones and muscles. Which under the rules of the Department of Education, you have to know how and why they work, seeing as they're a fundamental part of how you work. Let's start with your skeleton, the basic layout of your body. It helps us resist hits like these. And avoid other ones such as these. Beyond this, the skeletal system makes the blood we bleed for the circulatory system. Tune in.
That's one to the cranium. Lorenzo hits back to the scapula. Two more to the cranium and he's down. Working the radius ulna and humerus, flicking the carpals back for the throw. Oh, that's a fastball to the ribs. She's making a run upfield and... oh no, that's a double. No, a triple whammy to the tarsals, metatarsals, and the phalanges. He's dribbling upfield, space in front of him. Oh, that's a tackle and a half. He'll feel that in the tibia and fibula tomorrow. Let's slow things down a bit. Dallas with the puck, moving up the ice, and holy moly, Kelly seems to have skated into the ref. Now he's on the ground feeling his femur and patella, and he's not getting up anytime soon. This is looking like an amazing dunk, and wow, Turner seems to bounce off his vertebrae. Now he's rolling around on his pelvis trying to cope with the pain. Now let's get a count on all the bones injured. The cranium, clavicle, scapula, sternum, rib, vertebrae, ulna, radius, carpals, metacarpals, phalanges, pelvis, femur, patella, tibia, fibula, tarsals, and metatarsals. That's going to be it after this very informational broadcast, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Today, 45% of elderly women can barely walk because of a disease known as osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a disease that causes your bones to become brittle due to a loss of tissue, which is commonly from a vitamin D or calcium deficiency. If you or a loved one feel back pains, call now to receive a chance to enter a new clinical trial. There are cash rewards. Osteoporosis can lead to scoliosis, another very detrimental bone disease that can lead to the disfiguration of the spinal cord. Call now. Call 1-800-BAD-BONE to enter. Get the better of osteoporosis before it gets the better of you.
So, George, why is the skeletal system of other animals so strange? Well, Greg, I do have to say, it is indeed quite interesting. Did you know that fish don't even need bones? No? Really? Yeah, it would be beneficial to them to be made almost entirely of cartilage. It's just that fish have bones that remain in their body as vestigial structures. In fact, almost every animal has a skeletal system of some sort. This is proof that we all come from a common ancestor. Wow, that's truly amazing. Yeah, my high school biology teacher would remind us we came from a common ancestor so much. Oh, fascinating. But back to the topic at hand. What other animals have spectacular and unreal skeletal systems? Oh well, another pretty interesting one is insects. Their bones actually are on the outside of their body, and because of this, they grow out of their shells, the molt. That's those skin areas you see around in spring. It helps keep them protected, like an armor. Another really interesting one is birds. Birds actually have hollow bones in these areas in their body which are completely hollow, where air in them is pumped, helping them float. Truly very interesting. Thanks so much, Greg. I've never been more amazed in my life. Thank you so much, George. Hope to have you again.
Attention! If you or a loved one has been affected and treated for osteoarthritis with myelin sheath implants, then you may be entitled to a cash reward. Call the number on your screen now. I repeat, if you or a loved one was treated for osteoarthritis with myelin sheath implants that were supposed to replace the myelin sheaths surrounding your axons of your motor nerves, which supposedly cause the pain in your bones, please call this number, 1-800-FAST-TALK. You may be entitled to a cash reward.
Now for B News, coming to you with the most recent bone-tacular gossip. Today we will focus on the 3 most popular bones that are receiving their better halves, the joints. These fellows are supposed to help with movement. It's just all about what movement they are looking for. Our first highlight is the humerus, who is wetting itself off to the hinge joint. I think these two are perfect since the hinge is the only joint that allows movement in one direction. Perfect choice for the humerus. Coming in at number 2, we have the pivot joint, which allows for rotational movement. Again, spectacular choice for the radius and ulna. And now for the most unique of all, the ball and socket joint for the femur. This is actually the second one of its type. Only the femur and shoulder have ball and socket joints. That's all. Thanks for joining us. And now for the final episode of the broadcast, your daily 4 useless facts about a useless topic. The only bone in your body not connected to any other bone is the hyoid, which is in your neck and supposedly used for speaking. Babies are actually born with 300 bones, which eventually merge together to decrease to 206. Girls on average stop growing at the age of 16, while men continue growing until 18 and beyond. And finally, over half the bones in the body are actually just in your hands and feet. That's all for today. Tune in next time.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to Ronnie's Real Science Corner. Now, let's talk about an exciting part of the body, the muscular system. The muscular system aids in movement, much like the skeletal system. This system contracts to move different parts of the body, and it wouldn't be able to do its job without these 3 main parts. The skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are made of cells called muscle fibers that are put together in dense groups and allow for voluntary muscle movement. The smooth muscle. Smooth muscles allow muscles that move involuntarily to function. They can be found all over the body in places like your arteries. The muscles that move and function without thought are smooth muscles. The cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscles form the heart and are special because they aren't under the control of the brain. Rather, these muscles control themselves. In order for your body to move in all sorts of ways, your muscles have ways of working together. To be able to extend and retract body parts like your arm, your muscles can contract at different times to create different motions. For example, when you want to bend your upper arm, your biceps contract. But what about when you want to unbend it? Your biceps only contract one way, so in order to straighten your arm back out, your triceps contract. If these 2 muscles didn't work together, once you'd bend your arm, you'd be stuck with it. Some muscles are made specifically to connect to other parts and keep them together. Tendons and ligaments are soft tissues within your body. Tendons connect muscles to bones, while ligaments connect bones to other bones. We would be nothing more than a pile of sticks lying on the ground if we didn't have them. Tendons help to move structures around without them coming apart, and ligaments simply help to maintain structure. Now, don't get to thinking that muscles can only work together with your bones. They can work with all kinds of other systems in your body. Muscles work hand in hand with your nervous system, as nerves send messages to your muscles to tell them to contract. And in return, your muscles provide your nerves with information about the environment. The muscular system also works together with your respiratory system by pushing and pulling your lungs, opening space so that you can breathe. Lastly, it works with the circulatory system to move blood through your body. You know that thing you have in your chest that keeps beating? Well, it's a muscle too. In return, the circulatory system provides muscles with hormones needed to keep going and takes waste away from the muscle. And now that we've talked about the functions of the system, it's time for some fun facts. Did you know that in order to take one step, you must use 200 muscles? Second of all, it takes 43 muscles to frown, but only 17 to smile. So be lazy and be happy. Next, did you know that your muscles make up 40% of your body weight? That's a lot, right? And the last fun fact of the day is that although a dog has muscles in its arm, like a human, a dog's muscles are more specialized. For example, a dog's forearms are specialized for propulsion. And that's all for today on Ronnie's Real Science Corner.
Now I know what you're thinking, another ad. But hear me out. Muscular dystrophy is a disease that affects every one in about 3,500 boys from ages 2 through 16. Muscular dystrophy may occur when certain genes that protect muscle fibers are defective. Muscular dystrophy causes damage and weakening to muscles. This can result in inability to balance or move and can even be fatal. Call 1-800-MUSCLES for your free trial for 1 month of our rigorous physical therapy. And once you're finished, you'll get a greater reward than a trophy instead of muscular atrophy. Have compartment syndrome? Well, you still have a glimmer of hope. If you have the sensation of pins and needles or severe pain, this could be due to a buildup from swelling tissues in an enclosed muscle area. Call 1-800-NO-SWELL for a chance to be treated by one of our trained medical professionals. If you're in need, don't let yourself get needled. Ever heard of mitochondrial myopathies? I thought not. Although mitochondrial myopathies are only a group of diseases that are caused by damage to the mitochondria, it can go from simply exercise intolerance to having seizures and hearing loss. Not to worry, you can call 1-800-BIT-RIBO for a free subscription to monthly vitamin samples such as riboflavin and carotene for only $19.99. If you've got this disease, get some carotene.